Now, is the almighty Facebook dead? Well, before I answer that question, let me set the stage on how you can see that I'm qualified to discuss about this question. Now, since 2014, I've been helping small businesses with Facebook marketing, writing copies, putting out ads, and running campaigns. So in 2016, I started doing training on Facebook branding and marketing, and for around 4 years, right, I've trained or spoken to at least 1,500 entrepreneurs and freelancers on this. And I myself have utilized Facebook for my own branding and marketing, having written at least something like 400 posts. And I do mean long form posts, mind you, not those 2 sentences ones. And I've generated directly or indirectly over $2 million in revenue in my own company alone. Oh, and in this process, right, I've paid Facebook hundreds of thousands in ad spend too. So yeah, being an advocate to Facebook and a strong believer on how it can help small businesses like mine, right? And even dyeing my hair Facebook blue in the past, I've been very hesitant to talk about this topic for a while now. But I don't think I should withhold the reality any longer. And so I've decided to put up this video to document my thoughts on whether Facebook is on its way out, if not already, along with maybe a few other topics that I'm hearing many people asking, but few dare to answer. So here it is. Hey, I'm Differenter Colin, and this is my thoughts season 3. Now, there has been a lot of talk lately about the decline of Facebook and whether or not this social media giant is on its way out. Some people argue that the platform has already lost its relevance and it's no longer a popular destination for users, while I believe some others also believe that Facebook is still going strong and will continue to be a dominant player in the social media landscape for years to come. I mean, frankly, even myself, I've been using this platform a lot less than, say, 2 years ago. So many of my friends and followers have observed that I post less frequently. My signature long posts are no more, and some even notice that I don't do marketing on my products and services on the platform anymore. So before I share my personal take, right, let's explore the various arguments in the public for and against the idea that Facebook is dead. And finally, we'll come to a conclusion about the future of this once mighty platform. Now, first, let's take a look at the decline of Facebook. And yes, Facebook is definitely on a decline. There's no denying that the platform has faced its fair share of challenges in the recent years. One of the biggest issues has been the decline in user engagement. And according to a research from this Pew Research Center, the amount of time that users spend on Facebook has steadily been decreasing since 2016. And in addition, there's been a significant drop in the number of people who are actively using the platform on a daily basis compared to, say, 2019 and earlier. Now, the reason to this is quite plain and simple. Facebook is already around 15 years old, and the users who continue to use this platform have grown older. I remember myself using Facebook a lot when it first started gaining popularity here at around 2009, especially for games. Then towards 2012 or 2013, I think people started putting up more photos of their new jobs, their new family, their new cars, their new homes, and I did too. Then came around 2015 when Facebook marketing gained traction here and businesses started jumping onto the bandwagon to put up posts related to their workshops, their products, and their services. And ads follow suit. And even the self-employed and freelancers started to advertise on Facebook. Then came the pandemic in 2020, but I suddenly witnessed an explosion of live stream videos and marketing posts. But it's 2023 now. And those who started using Facebook in their 30s are now in their 40s and 50s. The generation before mine gravitated towards other platforms, And my children's generation haven't even registered for a Facebook account to begin with. So naturally, like any aging population, the number of people engaging on Facebook has declined correspondingly. Now, speaking of other platforms, right, another major factor contributing to the decline of Facebook was the rise of alternative social media platforms. Now, in the past few years, we have seen emergence of platforms like Instagram and TikTok, which have been able to capture the attention of younger users in particular. Now, these users have become increasingly disillusioned with Facebook. And I mean, all my younger crew members are mostly on Instagram or TikTok. And I guess more than half of them don't even have a Facebook account to begin with. Even other platforms like LinkedIn are robbing Facebook of its market share. Granted, I don't use LinkedIn a lot, but many of my professional coaches and trainer friends, they swear by the effectiveness of LinkedIn over Facebook. And they tell me that LinkedIn is a lot more targeted in getting professionals and B2B target audiences, whereas Facebook has become a platform of jumble up over generic audiences that are everywhere. Now, honestly, I agree to a large extent. Perhaps specific to the small market here in Singapore, now Facebook has less of a targeted audience than before. And probably it's made worse with the introduction of iOS 14's privacy policy, where almost effectively, I guess 40% to even more than half of the Facebook users here aren't allowing Facebook to track their activities anymore, resulting in a lot less accurate targeting. And adding one more insult to the argument is that Facebook's smarted policy on its hype of posts. Now, there used to be a time when text or image posts were favored, and that's like maybe before 2016. And since then, Facebook favored video posts. And I even commissioned a study on my own in 2017 to prove that video posts were 60% more effective than all other types of posts. But since 2019 or 2020, the platform is favoring stories or short videos, competing with TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and even its own sibling, Instagram. I mean, I find it hard to follow a platform that tweaks its algorithm in a very major way every 6 months or so. But the final nail to the coffin is in the form of how effective Facebook marketing is today. Well, at least in the Singapore market. Now, I began this video by sharing how extensive I use Facebook in my own business, as well as helping my clients with their branding and marketing using this platform. Now, I'm being brutally honest here. Facebook, organic posting or by using ad isn't as good as it used to be when I talk purely about metrics. Now, in the past, sub $10 CPM was actually very common, even in competitive industries like tuition and car sales. $2 to $4 leads were also quite easy to secure, and even at that price, right, the quality of the leads, regardless of getting them through lead ads or website conversion ads, was pretty high actually. I mean, like for every 10 emails that we get, at least 5 to 6 of them are genuine. And sometimes we will be able to get like 90% response. But today, CPM has doubled or even tripled for the same target audience and similar ad categories. Leads can sometimes go up to like triple digits. And even at that price, right, the quality is quite atrocious. And maybe like 1 to 2 in 10 are real leads, with the remainder being bots or like fake accounts. And it's not just me. Ask any respectable marketer, and I believe all the genuine ones will agree to some sense. Yes, they will claim that they can still get cheap leads, but none will disagree that quality has suffered. And it comes with no surprise why this is so, especially if we are talking about the Singapore market. Now, if you sell property, financial advisory, cars, tuition, training courses, workshops, and maybe even e-commerce products, right? I can guarantee that the average Facebook user is sick and tired of seeing the same claims, the same ads, and the same campaigns over and over all these years. Nothing is truly new anymore. And so, performance for marketing on Facebook has gotten very tired at best. Okay, so far it seems like I'm saying that Facebook is dead. But let us examine some arguments for Facebook's continued success. Now, despite the challenges it's faced, right, there are still many people who believe that Facebook has a bright future ahead of it. Maybe not entirely true in Singapore, but one of the main arguments in favor of this view is the sheer size and reach of the platform. Now, with nearly 3 billion users, Facebook is still by far the largest social media platform in the world. And personally, I know a lot of Southeast Asian countries like Indonesia, the Philippines, Vietnam. They still have enormous support for Facebook. And if we move beyond Southeast Asia, right, India still accounts for being the largest Facebook using country in the world. I mean, many people in these countries use Facebook and Messenger exclusively for everyday stuff like messaging, calling, and even doing business without websites. Truly, this huge user base gives Facebook a lot of leverage and makes it difficult for new entrants to compete. Now, yet another argument on why Facebook won't die so soon is the fact that the platform has been able to adapt and evolve over time. Now, as mentioned earlier, when Facebook first launched here, it was primarily a platform for connecting with friends and family. However, over the years, the platform has expanded to include features such as business pages, advertising, e-commerce, and now a marketplace. And more recently, Meta, as the parent company has been called now, right, is double downing on its metaverse, which is a full VR experience for leisure and work. Now, will this metaverse succeed? Well, I'm going to discuss this in a later video altogether, so do subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Now, but in some ways, right, this ability to adapt and add new features has helped Facebook to remain relevant somewhat and keep users engaged. Now, despite so many arguments against the decline of Facebook that I've discussed, there are still many people who believe that Facebook is on its way out, including me. And here's my personal take. One of my main gripes is the fact that Facebook has become oversaturated with content. I mean, it's really bombarded with way too many useless posts. With so many people and businesses using the platform to promote their products and services, it can get difficult for users like me to cut through the noise and find content that is relevant to me. I think this would lead to a feeling of overwhelmed and a decreased desire to use the platform. I mean, like every 4th to 5th post for me is an ad. And since iOS 14 wreaked havoc on Facebook targeting, where honestly I've also asked Facebook not to track my activities. So the ads that I've been receiving are entirely useless. For me, I've been consistently seeing ads of video products from companies like Sony and Small Rig, and like productivity apps like Monday.com and Zero, and also the ads from self-employed solopreneurs or small business owners who are largely my clients to begin with. And I dare say, with the repeated ads I'm seeing, right, easily 95% of all the ads I'm receiving are useless or outright annoying. And even the non-ads posts are getting old. Now, Facebook is meant to be a social place, but after seeing years of the same old friends keep putting up posts about their new properties or the success of their business, or property agents posting awards after awards, or new moms and pups sharing family photos of everywhere they go, right? It can get tiring. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not against them posting this, and in fact, I'm happy for them. But I'm just saying that there's nothing new anymore. For instance, if I log into my Instagram feed, more than 3/4 of the posts are from someone or some pages that are showing me something new. And if I want to like waste 30 minutes of my life away, right, I find myself scrolling through random videos on TikTok. Now, even if I'm looking to educate myself during my lunch or dinner in front of the computer, I gravitate towards YouTube, which to me is a lot more functional and educational. So What's the conclusion? Is Facebook dead? Well, it's difficult to say for certain. While the platform has faced its fair share of challenges, it is still going strong and has a large and loyal user base still in some parts of the world. However, the answer is clear that the platform has lost its shine, at least here in Singapore, and certainly to me. It's become too muddled up in its content and relevance that I find myself using other platforms for more specific purposes. And certainly, from a business perspective, I find it less convincing for me to put in money onto Facebook, as targeting isn't as good as it used to be. I don't get to the Gen Ys and younger people anymore, and generally ads have gotten so much more annoying to most people. It will be interesting to see how Facebook responds to these challenges in the coming years and whether or not it is able to maintain its position as the dominant player in the social media landscape. And with the metaverse not being ready for at least another 2 to 3 years, which can be 2 to 3 lifetimes in today's world, right? I found myself diversifying both my personal time and business investments to other platforms and even non-digital means. Now, should you be doing the same? I certainly hope that you have other plans too, unless you are dealing with a market outside Singapore, especially in India, Indonesia, the Philippines, or even Vietnam. And especially if you're using Facebook for business, right, I guess you should start to put your eggs in other baskets. Meanwhile, to see my thoughts on other entrepreneurial aspects, click here for season 2 of this series. Next up, I'm going to reveal to you my worst clients.